Hello, 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 everybody. I am so super excited you are here. Hey, friends. I want to ask a question that hardly nobody is asking right now, and that is 2025 starting to look a little bit suspicious, like a repeat of 2024? Like we are almost halfway through the year, and I want you to pause and just think about how similar is your year looking so far as it did last year. What I mean by similar, what I mean by looking at how suspicious this year is looking so far is it the same hustle? Is it the same struggle? Is it the same stress? Is it the same direct deposit from your job and no increase and no more money and no real clues or indications that you're actually going to win as a creator this time? If 2025 is suspiciously looking a little like 2024, then it's time to make some serious changes because, again, we're halfway through 2025 and you still have time. That's the good news, to not repeat 2024, but make 2025 your best year yet. Nothing changes unless you change something. And that's what tonight is all about. Welcome to the Small Creators Takeover Tour. If you are looking for one clear focus to not repeat the issues that you had with last year, if you're looking for an immediate win so that you can grow and get better and make more money passively than you did last year, if you're looking for the confidence to actually get out there as a creator once and for all, and a clear, easy path to follow, you are in the right place. I am so glad you are here, because tonight I am literally going to take you through step by step how to create, market, and sell a $1,000 product. Now, the $1,000 that you're going to make with the product that we learn how to create tonight, that $1,000 is going to depend on you. Do you want to make that $1,000 every month? That can happen. Do you want to make the $1,000 one time just to see if it's possible? That can happen. You decide what your money mindset map looks like. You decide what your $1,000 looks like. We're going to create the $1,000 product, and we're going to talk about how to market it, and we're going to talk about how to sell it. You click this video either because you don't have a digital product, or you do have a digital product already and it's not doing what it needs to do. Like my daughter would say, like my 20-year-old would say, it's not giving what it needs to give. That's not a problem, because I am so committed to the mission. And that is to help 1,000 women grow a successful online business and start making money online, passively and then aggressively, so that creator business that you have started, that you are creating, so that it becomes not only the outlet for you to pay your right now bills to replace your W-2, but it becomes your legacy wealth. It's my mission to help 1,000 women become a successful online entrepreneur. And in today's live, we're going to dive into how to flip your year. What does that mean? I want you to make more in the second half of this year than you made all of last year. And it is possible for you. I want you to take notes tonight. I want you to really focus in on what you need to do. Gone is the day where just big creators, when I say big creators, I mean creators that have millions of followers. Gone is the day where they are the only ones that can make money. I have less than 500 followers and subscribers, and I'm making money, and I'm going to show you how to do what I have learned to do. I'm not better than you, sis. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not stronger than you. I have my own struggles, trust and believe. But what I did is figure out how to resonate and connect with my audience, and to connect what my audience needs with what I learned how to do, and I learned how to do it well. And so tonight you're going to launch a $1,000 digital product and start creating your idea. Then I'm going to talk about how you can set it up. I'm going to talk about how you can market it. I'm going to talk about how you can sell it so that you can start making money, no matter what size audience you have. If you have lots of followers and you love that you have a big following, I want you to consider this as your passive income stream, so that whatever you're building, you can get to that and focus on that, and money can be made on its own, by its own self. If you don't have any followers, stick around still, because what you learn to create tonight can still work for you as you begin to grow your followers, as you begin to present what I'm giving you tonight, your very own digital product, as you begin to present that to your audience. So I know what it's like to be stuck in that same old trap. That's why I'm teaching you tonight how to create, market, and sell your $1,000 product. If your year is looking like it was last year, if the same plans is there and you don't see anything different, if you have unfinished goals, if you have untapped dreams, I want you to focus in and stay till the end, because everything that I say tonight is going to contribute to that $1,000 digital product that I am going to position you to sell, so that you can start making money. Why? Because all you got to do is blink, and the second half of the year will be over. I know if you're like me, you can't believe that 2025 is almost, the first half of 2025 is almost over. Just blink And then the second half will be over. The only difference is the second half, you're going to be positioned to make money in the second half, like I said in the intro, that you did your whole entire 2024. Why? Because you're going to launch one product, you're going to start selling that product, and you're going to stop stalling. And I say that very respectfully. You don't have to do this alone because you got me. It's my mission to help 1,000 women start making money online. But here's what you got to do. You got to make a move. You got to make a move. And so the key things that I want to talk to you about today is not only are you capable, not only do you know enough to make $1,000 or more on a passive digital product. Not only are you capable of that, you are enough and you know enough. The only thing you're missing is the system. The only thing you're missing is the steps that I'm going to cover tonight. So let's recap on exactly what you're going to do tonight. And I'm going to give you some time to go get your pencil, go get your paper, go get your notes app, because you're going to want to take notes on what I have to say. Because tonight, you are going to learn how to launch a $1,000 digital product from just an idea. Yes. And you're going to sell that digital product so that you can make money online no matter what size audience you have. No matter how many followers you have. Even if it's 0, it can still work for you. And so this segment tonight is going to be broken up, divided into 2 sections. First, I'm going to take you through how to discover your profitable idea. Then I'm going to take you through how to create that product. When I take you through how to create your digital product, I'm also going to take you through how to set it up, how to sell it, how to market it, all the things, so that when you walk away, you have everything you need to start making money, honey. Let's go ahead and dive in. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and type replay in the chat, because I want to connect with you sort of like how I am connecting with the live audience tonight. And if I see replay in the comments, I'll reach out, check on you, see how you are doing. We are family, and I am here for you. All right, here's everything you need to to create and market and sell your $1,000 digital product. I'm going to slide this up so that we can take our time and work on one part at a time. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to discover what your profitable idea is. That's the first step. I want you to think about what you know a lot about. It could be something that you can teach somebody else to do. Have you solved a problem? Have you achieved a goal? Have you gotten to your happy place with some type of process that you created? What I want you to do is I want you to think about what that is. Also, you can consider, what do people call you for and ask you to do for them? Like, if there's something that needs to be done, they are calling you for that. That's a very good indication that you have an expertise in that area. If people are calling you for the solution, you know enough about it, and they trust you enough with their solution to call you. That is a profitable idea. What kind of transformation have you had in your own life that made your life better? I want you to think about all the things that I named. What do people call you for? What do you know a lot about? What problem have you solved? What goal have you achieved? What transformation have you created in your own life? I want you to start thinking about that. That is a good place to start to decide what kind of profitable product, digital product, you are going to create tonight. Now, you won't be able to do this now, but I want you to get a brand new journal, a brand new notebook, a brand new pen. It has to be brand new, because you're going to be doing a lot of writing, and I don't want you to lose good information that's coming up in your brain because your pen ran out. It's got to be brand new. I don't want this to go inside of a notebook where you already start writing all the bills you have to pay this month. That's not what this is. I want you to take a brand new notebook, a brand new pen, a brand new page on your digital notes app, perhaps, and I want you to brain dump everything you know that surrounds the ideas I just gave you. Remember, I talked about what transformation you have made in your own life. What do you know a lot about? What do people call you for? I want you to start writing everything you know about that topic in your brand new journal, in your brand new notebook. There's a method to this madness, and I don't even call it madness. It's the first step to creating a digital product. So there's no madness here. And when you start writing everything you know around this topic, I want you to categorize it, and I want you to organize it around the three different things. I want you to start with your story. What is your story? What led you to this brilliance of yours? And I want you to talk about your experiences. What experiences did you have with it? On day one, when you started this process, what did you know? By day 30, what had you learned? All the experiences, especially the challenging ones. That's the ones that's going to resonate with your audience. And then I want you to talk about your skills that surrounds this topic. When I say skills, I'm talking about what processes did you come up with? What steps did you create? When I talk about skills, I'm talking about what framework did you somehow come up with to achieve this goal or get to this happy place or solve this problem. And I want you to write all of it down. And I want you to hold on to it, and I want you to keep it, because we're going to use that to create your digital product. Now, I know you're thinking, well, I know how to do a lot of things, Angela. Well, and that's great. I'm glad you do. But I want you to hone it down to something specific. And I'm going to give you some examples. Maybe you are a teacher and you learned the key or have mastered classroom management. Like all the parents are requesting and asking their kids to be in your classroom because you have such good classroom management. Teachers are coming down the hall and say, how did you get Johnny to sit down? Last year, he wouldn't sit down at all in my classroom. So that's perhaps something that you've learned really well and you've mastered. Things like that, other teachers want that. Trust me, they're on the verge of quitting. They're on the verge of giving up. But what you have mastered, you're going to turn that into a digital product. Another example, maybe you love to bake and you figured out the one key measurement and the exact step to make the perfect souffle. If that is you, I want you to consider all the people who are trying to learn how to bake, even the ones who do know how to bake, but every time they make the souffle, it falls flat, but yours never falls flat. All right, that's another example. A third example is maybe you love to travel and you figured out the perfect plan to get to that dream vacation on a very small budget. Most people don't travel and they love to travel, but they don't because they haven't figured out how to pay for it. You have figured out how to travel in all 50 states and countries all over the world with a very small budget. People who want to travel but don't think they can will buy your digital product. You see where I'm going with this? So you want to make sure that whatever it is you have mastered, whatever it is you have transformed in your own life, brain dump that in your very own brand new notebook or journal and hold on to it because you are going to use it. Now, all the things, and you're going to notice that pages are going to start filling up. You don't even know how much you know, sis. And all of that rich, valuable content that you holding hostage in your head is money that you could be making because you could have been rich. Just saying. All of the things you wrote down in your journal, you might want to get 2 journals or 3 journals. You might want to make sure you get a couple of extra pens because you don't know how much you know until you actually start brain dumping it out. Once you get as a full 10, 15 pages, 20 pages, 30 pages, I want you to categorize that into what type of digital product it can be. Usually it's in how to master your classroom when you're teaching low income kids who don't want to behave because they don't have any structure at home. And trust me, it's not just low income kids. I have taught the best of the best. I have taught kids who have been dropped off in Hummers. Kids are kids. All right. But it's in how to master your classroom management. How to bake a souffle and it never flops. How to travel if you have a low budget. How to travel to any country in the world on $1,000. Things like that. Those how-tos are great sellers. Listicles is another type. Maybe after everything you brain dumped, all you ended up with when you really looked at it was a list of steps. That's a listicle. That will sell as a digital product. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. After you have your agenda or your journal or your notebook with all that good information, hold it, put it in a safe where it's with a lock, because that's your money maker. That's your $1,000 right there. Everything you brain dumped into that notebook or into that notes app, that is your money maker. You can't lose this. Don't let the kids get to it. Don't put it by the stove when you're making your souffle. Put it somewhere special because you're going to use it to make money. That is number one. Number one, you're going to discover your profitable idea with the steps, with the strategy that I just gave you. Let's talk about number two. Remember, we are creating a $1,000 product. Digital product that you're going to sell. We're going to create it, market it, and sell it. We're going to talk about how to do that tonight, like the great Bernie Mac says. All right, so once you discover your profitable idea, here is the second thing I want you to do. Let's talk about how to create your digital product. This is where you want to start taking some notes, because I'm going to take you through exactly what you need to do to start creating the product. And if you are getting anything what I'm saying so far, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. It'll tell me that I'm on the right track and I'm serving you in the way that you need to be served. And if I'm really blowing you away, consider subscribing, because more like this is on the way. So the second thing you're going to do is you're going to create your digital product. I'm going to start with a popular step, and that's through a graphic and a video design software called Canva. Thank you, Valet. I certainly do appreciate you, and I'm so glad you are here. I am not going to stop until Valet is a millionaire selling the expertise that she has, because what she has, I won't spoiler alert it, but what she has is something special. It is what the world is missing, especially in this cultural climate. And she's a teacher like me. And so I am a sucker for teachers, because I know how much we put into our careers, how much we put into our craft, and we don't get much monetarily out of it. And so I'm a sucker for teachers. And this is what I know for sure. If my customer is not anybody else, my customer is a teacher, because we already know how to create things. We were the first content creators. We were content creators before content creators was a thing. So I can teach a teacher how to make money all day, every day. All right. So here's what I want to say to you. Oh, you don't have to be a teacher to do this. I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. Anybody who knows anything about anything can follow the path that I'm giving you tonight and make $1,000 on a product, a digital product. All right. We're going to start with a platform that is very popular, that I think you have already heard of or know about, and that is a platform called Canva. So the best way and the easiest way to build your digital product, to create your digital product, is with a platform called Canva. And I'm going to share my screen to show you exactly what's possible for you and how this works. So you should see my screen. And this is my Canva dashboard. And all the things that you see here are all the products, all the things that I've created in Canva. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. So hopefully you get the picture around all what's possible when you use Canva as a platform to create. So with this, I will say this. I took my time to design all of these things, but most of it I designed from a template right here inside Canva. So if you want to create an ebook, then all you would have to do is click at the very top on templates, and then you would just type in ebook. All right. Now, there's different types of ebooks that you can see here. There's a search for ebook, ebook cover, ebook template. I'm going to click on ebook template. And then all of these different templates are available to me to create my book, my digital product, my ebook. Okay. And so you can, and if you hover over any of them, you can just see what's there. Okay. And then you can decide, oh, that's something that I think I would like to create. Okay. Now, once you create on it, once you click on it to create your digital product, basically all you're going to do is fill in the content with that rich, valuable content you wrote down when you brain dumped in step number 1. And so once you click on anything you like, you just click customize this template and you're off to the races. Okay. Now, one thing that I want to say about using templates on Canva, it can be very easy and it can also be very challenging depending on which template you click on. Some templates are not going to have very much information at all. And so you can get really stuck, first of all, narrowing down exactly which one you want to create, because you can spend hours, days, even months trying to pick the perfect template. But what else is quite challenging is the fact that you might not know how to create the framework or how to position that valuable content that you wrote in your agenda, in your notebook or your journal. And so finding a template is going to be just like shopping. Like, that's the easy part. But if most of it is blank, you'll need to fill in the gaps. And that's where it'll get a bit challenging, because you might not know how to format. You might not know how to place the content you created in step 1. It's a whole process beyond finding a template. Like, finding a template is like going shopping. Filling that template up might not be as simplistic. So you'll need to start figuring out the framework. You're going to need to start figuring out the sections and the best way to present your content. And you can get really consumed and bogged down right there. And I don't want that to happen, because however you present it, however you present that framework in your digital product is going to determine how successful your customer is. And you want them to be successful right out of the gate. Why? Because that digital product you're selling, that $1,000 product you're selling, is not going to be the only product you're going to sell them. And if they get an immediate win through your small digital product and they start trusting you, whatever you sell next, they're going to want it. And what are you going to sell next? Maybe next you're going to sell a complete coaching program. Maybe you're going to sell an event. Maybe you're going to turn it into speaking engagements where people can contract you out to go and go and be a speaker. Maybe you want to create a community around it. There's lots of things you can do in your LOC, which is what I named it. It's LOC, which stands for Leveled Offer Channel. There's a lot of things you're going to be able to do beyond this one first digital product that you're going to learn how to create tonight. So what am I saying to you? This is so very important. You want this digital product to be as successful for your audience as possible. Why? Again, because that is going to set the stage for them to become a customer loyalist. They're going to want to buy whatever you have to offer, because they're feeling like, wow, if she can get me this result this fast, I wonder what else she can do. Okay, so it's very important. And so you can get real bogged down here. Look at all these options, all the things that you can create whenever you pick on a template. However, I want to share with you something a little different that could be another option for you that's going to get your product to you so much faster. One second, let me get to it. It's going to get you there so much faster. I'm just going to change my scene. Whoops. Bear with me here. And we have a lot to cover, so I don't want to labor it too much. I'm going to change my scene, and I'm going to share with you what is actual possible for you so that you can get to your digital product so much faster. So this is an example of a digital product that I created. And there are a few things that I want you to make sure you have when you create your digital product. Yes, there are templates out there that I just shared with you, and you saw there are about 1,000 of them you can choose from. Do not get bogged down there. I want to share with you specific things that you definitely need to have when you create your digital product that I'm sharing with you how to create tonight. You definitely want to have a nice, vivid, clearly explainable cover. The cover needs to show what the outcome is for the customer, okay? You also want to have steps in a process. Let me take you inside. This is the action guide that I created for a course that I have. And so I don't sell this separately, but I do want to use it to share with you what your digital product should at least include. It should include more than what I'm saying right now, but these 3 things is exactly what it definitely should include. So a nice cover that explains what the outcome is going to be. You also want to have the steps in a process. And so this is just a quote that I have. These are the things that I'm showing you right now that you see on the screen right now. It's just those extra nuances that'll make your digital product so much more attractive, so much more interactive and easy to consume. But you don't want to make it too complicated. Remember, your audience needs an immediate win. You also want to make sure you have steps in a process. So here you can see task 1, 3 peas in a pod. 3 peas in a pod. And the step in this process for the course is to identify your business origin. You want to have steps in the process. And so the steps in the process can look like this. It can be what you should do to start, what the next thing you should do, what the next thing you should do, okay? And you also want to have something that's interactive, that makes your audience look like they are really actually using something that is going to literally help them solve their problem. And then the next thing you want to have is a place for them to do the work. Okay, this is just a few examples of what you need to have. You certainly need to have a good cover. You certainly need to have steps in the process, and you have to have a place where they can actually do the work. Hey, Elle has a question. If you want to share mentoring, any thoughts on how to turn it into a digital product? Absolutely. I want to have a conversation with you around that because I want to make sure I understand what you mean by mentoring. So are you saying that you are teaching people how to mentor? Go ahead and respond to that so that I can make sure I answer you accurately. My question to you is your product teaching people how to be a mentor or what mentoring looks like? Because if it is, if you know a lot about mentoring, if you have mentored in your lifetime and you've seen results from your mentoring, I can't even know I can mentor them. Okay. So basically, you want to mentor them and you want to turn that into a digital product. You can create a digital product around what is going to happen through that mentoring. In other words, mentoring is a creator-driven opportunity within itself. It's different from coaching. It's different from consulting, but you can charge people to mentor them. So my idea for you, Elle, is to take, when you brain dump, all the things that you can solve or provide or help your mentee accomplish, brain dump that into your journal or your agenda or your notebook. And whatever the outcome is when you perhaps do mentor somebody, instead of going straight for mentoring and charging $1,000 or $5,000 to mentor them, whatever that outcome is that they would get when you mentor them, put all of that, the steps that you would implement with your mentoring, put all those steps in a digital product and sell the digital product. What's going to happen is, if let's say for instance, you can mentor people on how to get the college that they want to go to. And you mentor them from high school all the way to college applications. And you're saying my mentoring program, my digital product will literally help you get into the college that you've been dreaming of. Instead of mentoring that person one-on-one and charging them multiple six figures or $1,000 or $5,000, instead of charging them that, you can put all of those processes, you can put all of those steps, you can put all of that framework into a digital product, and now it's just like you mentored them. They just bought the digital product to do it. Let me tell you what's going to happen when you do that. If they bought your digital product on how to get into the college of your dreams, you've mentored them. The only difference is you've given them something to follow independently. What's going to happen is they're going to get so much value out of it. They are going to get so many results out of it. They're going to get so much traction as they begin to follow your mentoring steps and connect with those colleges. They're going to be like, I need this lady by my side. I love her digital product, but I want her to mentor me. Why? Because they got so much value out of the digital product. I hope that helps. You can reach me inside the community, DM me inside the Cura Circle community if you have any follow-up questions. All right. So, however, when you create your digital product, you want to make sure that it has at least those three things that I shared with you. You need to make sure you have a really telling end result cover. You want to make sure you have your steps in a process of what that looks like. Okay. And you want to make sure you have a place for your people to do the work. All right. Now, all of this work between going to Canva, taking the time to pick out a template, deciding what you want your framework to look like, deciding what should be on this page, what should be on that page, how you should put it together, all of that, you can take all that off your plate. Because in the challenge, in the 5-day challenge on day 2, when we create your product, I'm going to give you a template, and it's a plug and play template. And all you have to do is just fill in the blanks with your valuable content. So let's say, for instance, we use the example of a digital product on how to get into your dream college. As you are putting things down, when you brain dump all the things that you know they need to do to get into their dream college, you're going to take that and you're going to put it on the table, your notebook with all that rich, valuable content you have. And then you're going to take this template that I'm giving you and you're going to plug in all your content in all the spaces where I say plug in. So you can definitely go on Canva, pick a template, and fill in the template with all of your wonderful, rich, valuable content. And that's your $1,000 product right there. Your digital product is done because you're using the template from Canva. But remember, there's going to be a few roadblocks. Not that you can't get over them. What I'm giving you is the exact guidebook template, the exact workbook template that you can customize. You can make it look however you want to look, but you don't have to worry and bother with what should be on each page. Every page will have exactly what you need on it, and all you have to do is plug and play. Why would I do that? Why would I give you a template to plug and play? Because by the end of 5 days, I want you to be positioned to get your $1,000. $1,000 one time, $1,000 a month, $1,000 a day. You have something valuable. I promise you, you have something valuable that you can sell in a digital product to start making $1,000. And that's what I'm teaching you tonight. I'm literally teaching you how to create, market, and sell a $1,000 digital product. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to the scene with all the steps, and let's get into step 3. So I want to go back to this scene. And so we talked about how to discover your profitable idea. We talked about how to create your digital product. You're going to use Canva. If you are in the challenge, you don't need Canva. All you need to do is show up on day 2, download the template and then plug in what you have as your expertise, and then run the play. Run the play. Present your digital product to the people who are already looking for the solution and start making money. It's my mission to get 1,000 women money in their bank passively while you are working your 9 to 5, while you are raising the kids, while you are cooking and cleaning, while you are going back to school, while you are resting, honey. You need rest. You are stressed and you need rest. And what this passive digital product is going to do is going to make money for you while you're living your life, while you are lifing. How does that sound? Give me a big old thumbs up in the comments if that's something that you're looking to do. All right. So now that we know how to discover our profitable idea, now that we know that we can create our digital product either with Canva or with me and the plug and play template inside of the challenge, I want to take you through how to set it up. So I want to go to the next step. Yes, Dale, thank you so much. Now we're going to set it up on our simple platform. Now, I did a deep dive on last night's segment, and I talked you through exactly what to do to use this simple one and done platform to get your product out. Thank you, Elle. Y'all give me life. I promise you, I love y'all so much. And I want you to see, I'm never going to stop creating ways for you to succeed in life and in business. And this $1,000 product that I'm teaching you how to create, market, and sell tonight is going to get you there. All right. So the next thing I want to show you is, I talked about it last night. I'm going to share it one more time so that you can see just how easy it is to put this product to work. Once you discover your profitable idea and go through the steps I talked about at the beginning, and then create that digital product either through Canva or through the plug and play template I'm going to give you in the challenge, you got to set the product up for people to be able to buy it. This is what that looks like. Let me show you how simple it is. I know there are creators out there that want to complicate it so they can justify these high prices that they're charging. And I'm not trying to get in their way. If you want to give somebody $5,000 to teach you how to do this, be my guest. But I'm giving it to you tonight, and I will do it with you step by step in the challenge. Remember my mission? 1,000 women is going to make $1,000 on one single passive product. It's going to happen in the mighty name of Jesus. And if you haven't heard, if you didn't know, I'm a God girl teaching this stuff. I'm a God girl taking you through these steps. So you're going to hear me say his name, because it is he who gives us the power to get wealth. All right. I'm going to share my screen and I want to share this with you. This is the back end of the platform called Kit that you are going to use to present your digital product. Once you create it in Canva or with the template that I'm going to give you, once you create it, you need one simple platform, and that simple platform needs to do 3 things and 3 things only. So important. As a matter of fact, let me stop sharing for a second so I can say this to you, and then I'm going to go back to the screen. This is highly important. This is highly important. Do not create a big, sophisticated, high-end, high-tech work website. Don't do that. Let's get you $1,000 first, and then we'll grow and scale from there. I made the mistakes that you don't have to make. I started with the website that I paid a lot of money for, and I spent a lot of time trying to create. It's serving me well now because I've grown and scaled to need it. But when I first started out, I didn't need that. I didn't need it. I didn't even know what I really wanted to sell, really. And so all you need is what I'm about to show you on the screen. And it needs to do 3 things. It needs to present the offer, have a button to get paid for the offer, and automatically deliver the offer. If you try to build something that does more than that, you're doing the most and you're doing too much. You don't have to do all of that. Remember, we need simple, rinse and repeat. And the beautiful part about the challenge is that we do this work together. You're going to want to get in the challenge, not because I'm not going to give you everything you need in the tour. I'm going to give you everything you need in the tour. I want you to succeed regardless. But what most people don't have when they do this process and they're at their desk is somebody to walk them through it, is the synergy and the energy of somebody to help them stay accountable to getting it done. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to put the link to the challenge. I'm going to put it in the comments right now. And Kristen is here. Awesome. Kristen is my wing woman. She's going to help moderate for us tonight. Kristen, just please let me know if we have any questions that I need to address toward the end. But I put the link to the challenge in there for you because sometimes, friends, you just need somebody to sit down with you and say, okay, what's step one? What's different about my challenge than most challenges that you've probably attended is that they'll give you all the steps and they'll hype you up. And then at the end, they'll give you something else to buy. And that's their business model. And it does work for some people. But for the people who need somebody to step by step, take them through and don't move until they got it, that's what this is. There is absolutely no reason for you to do it alone. So basically what I'm saying to you is this. On day one, when I take you through the steps, I'm not leaving any man behind. Flag on the play if you don't have it. I'm not moving on until you have it. And I've simplified the steps so much that you won't get bogged down and now everybody else is sitting there waiting on you. I'm not doing that either. So what I've done is, I think it's because I was a teacher for so long. I was a teacher for 18 years. I understand systems. I know how to get a person from where they are to where they need to be. And so other than any other challenge you've ever done, this is you actually doing the steps in real time and having it done by the end of day one. Then step two, having it done by day two, all the way to day 5. And by day 5, everything is done. Okay, let me continue to give you this rich, valuable knowledge, but the link is in the description if you want to do it alongside me so that you can have it done by the end of the challenge. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you and show you just how simple it is to set up your simple platform. I'm not hard selling you. I'm telling you, if you need somebody to do it with you, if you need that accountability, that's what I'm here for. But you can certainly use the steps in the tour to get it done. I offer it to you free of charge. It's yours. Take it and use it. But know that I'm there for you if you need me to go through the steps with you, one step at a time, side by side. And it's fun. The challenge is we have so much fun. We have so much fun. All right. So what you see here, wrong thing. This is the challenge screen, by the way. This is what I want you to see right here. This is the back end of that simple platform that I was telling you about. And once you log in, you want to click on new product, real simple. And then you're going to give your product a name. So let's say, for instance, my product's name is going to be Legacy Wealth Planner. Let's call it Dream Life Legacy Wealth Planner. Dream Life, all caps. Me getting the name in is the hardest thing to do. All right. And then I'm going to click right here where you see product. I'm going to click on product, because it's not a subscription. This would be for Elle, and because Elle is interested in doing a subscription for a newsletter. So Elle, you would click the second one. But for one digital downloadable product or printable product, we'll click the first option. Click next. And then how much do I want it to cost? I want it to be $27. And then I'm going to click next. And then is it a digital product, newsletter, or coaching? This is if you're not selling a digital product, but you want to sell a service. I do not recommend this platform for anything like that. It needs to be something a little bit more sophisticated because people are going to be paying you more. But for a $20, $50 product, this is just fine and perfect. Okay, so we're going to click digital download. We're going to click upload file. I'm going to go to my planners. I'm going to click on the legacy planner. It's uploading. It's done. Ready to go. I'm going to click next, and I'm going to click create product. Boom. It's loading, and it's done. Here's my product. Okay. Here's my product. Okay. It's my product. It's coming on the screen. It should be popping up any second. It should pop up right away. My internet, it's raining and lightning and thundering over here, so my internet might be a little slow. But once the product is there, all you're going to do then is add a name to it. Add a graphic to it so that people can see it. Okay? Let me show you what the other products look like. We click on it again. All right, here's the screen that I wanted you to see. All I have to do now is click on the graphic, then click on replace, and then click on upload image. Here is my image. Boom, there's my product. This color does not work because I want to be brandable. I want people to see there's consistency in my brand. So I'm going to click on the button. I'm going to click on background color, and my colors are already there. Here on the bottom right, I'm going to click on it. I don't like that one. I'm going to click this one. That's better. All right. And then I want to click save, and I want to click publish. And that's it. That's how you set up your product to sell. All right, I'm going to move on a little bit faster because I don't want to run out of time, and I want to continue to give you all the rich, valuable information you need to create, market, and sell your digital product. All right, so let me just get to the right screen. All right. So I'm going to go back to this scene. Whoops, not that scene. I'm going to go back to this scene, and let's talk about the last thing you need to do. I already took you through 3 things. The 4th thing you need to do is drive traffic and share your call to action. Now, even if you have the best idea, which is step number 1. Even if you create your product, whether it be through Canva, the long way around, or through my plug and play template, and you have your digital product ready, even if you set it up on the simple platform like I just showed you, even if you did those 3 things, if you don't master number 4, all you have is a great product. It's just sitting hostage and being held hostage on your desktop or on your laptop. Don't do this work and not make the money. Drive traffic and share your call to action is the very next thing you want to do to actually make your $1,000. Okay? I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So I'm going to share my screen again. Before I share my screen, I want to tell you this. You need to figure out what your perfect fit platform is before you start driving traffic, before you start giving your call to action. And what I mean by that is this. I'm going to say this in 2 minutes, and I promise you I'm going to wrap up. Don't leave just yet. You need to understand where you are most comfortable sharing the content that you have created. For me, it's YouTube. For me, I love being in front of the camera. I love talking in the microphone. My gift, my spiritual gift, according to 1 Corinthians, is the gift of exhortation. Exhortation is just a fancy word for motivation. I wake up like this without coffee. Like, I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I had to go and change my storage unit. I had to organize all the stuff that I had when I was a teacher that I'm holding on to for whatever reason, because I have anxiety and separation issues, right? So I've been early this morning And then I had to go from that to do this, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then make sure I was ready for tonight. And I'm still not out of energy. Why? Because it's my gift. And so being in front of the camera is never going to be an issue for me. If you don't love being in front of the camera, if you're going to be in front of the camera sleeping, yeah, YouTube not for you. Okay. But there are other options. If you're really good orator and you speak really well and your diction is way better than mine, then you might consider a podcast because you don't want to be on camera. If you don't want to talk at all, then you could consider a newsletter or a blog or Pinterest where you just upload graphic organizers and flowcharts and use that to guide people to your digital product. Your $1,000 digital product, it's already right there. You could have been made $1,000. One time $1,000, $1,000 a day, $1,000 a month, $1,000 an hour. It's all there for you. And I'm giving you all the deets. I'm giving you all the tea on how to get that done. And all you do, no matter if you know your discoverable idea, if you create the product, and it's amazing. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I looked at stuff that I created and I was like, this is so good. Especially when I compared it to other products out there, I was like, well, dang, they have 1 million subscribers and that's what they're selling. And I'm not saying that to throw shade. I'm really not. I'm just saying I finally learned how to see the value in what God gave me. And the value of what God gave you, you holding it hostage in that rich, valuable brain of yours and holding it hostage on your desktop is not going to get you to that $1,000 much faster. What's going to get you to the $1,000 faster? Taking that rich, valuable knowledge of yours and driving traffic to market it. And here's how. You have to teach your content from your perfect fit platform. And I've given you several to choose from, but you got to get it out there. No longer will you think it's not good enough. Sis, I'm not smarter than you. I'm not better than you. And I'm certainly never going to be able to say that what I have is better than what you're going to create. I just happen to create something that I know my audience needs. And that's when I started making money. Before that, I was just creating product after product after product and not making no money with a very expensive website and a very expensive camera that I didn't even know how to use. How ridiculous is that? I could have been making money. I suffered for 8 years. 8 years. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. All I knew was I wanted to help women. I wanted to give them something that they can use to grow wealth. I had a gift of exhortation. I can motivate anybody to do anything. And that's not an humble brag. I'm just learning to walk in my gift. And it's okay that you walk in your gift, but it's not going to do you any good if you don't drive traffic to market it. And so pick one. You have YouTube, podcast, newsletter, blog, social media, or all of them. And I ended up being on them all 5. And at the end of the day, when I really took a long, hard look in the mirror and I had to ask myself, Angela, I know you want to do them all, but you cannot, honey. Which one is serving you the best? And it was YouTube. 95% of the people that are in my Cura circle, the community that I built to help women start building profit online, 95% of them found me on YouTube. And so here's what it looks like. You're going to have to get on some perfect fit platform that you love where your audience is consuming information about what you teach. And then once you do that, you're going to teach your content. Keep teaching it. Don't give up on it. Somebody is going to resonate with it. You just got to stay consistent. Keep teaching it. It is valuable. Don't stop showing up. Don't stop presenting it. I promise you, it is valuable. As long as you are at least 3 steps ahead of your customer, you are in good shape. Keep showing up. Show up for you. And I'm going to say this to you, and I mean this respectfully. If you keep hiding what God gave you, not only are you literally turning down the wealth that he's literally trying to give you, you're being a little selfish because the people who need you are literally suffering because they don't have your solution. So sharing is caring, the great valet Jeffries Evans said. So Stop holding it. Stop hoarding it. Put it out there. It's good enough, I promise you. All right. So where are you going to teach? On your Perfect Fit platform. So once you teach the content, the second thing you're going to do, which is super important, you are going to share your CTA. What does that stand for? That's call to action. What do you want your audience or your followers to do now that you've shared all this rich, valuable knowledge of yours? You want them to click on the link. What link are they going to click on? The link to the product that you uploaded when you set up the product on Kit. And it's simple. Drop the mic. You're making money. Now, I will say this. There's a caveat. There's a caveat to this. When you show up, you have to be talking about something that people are already looking for. You can create whatever you want. All your passion projects, put them on the side. All your passion projects, put them in a separate folder. And when you grow a big following, they're going to sell whatever you have because they love you by now. But starting out, you need to create something that people want. Now, let me show you what that looks like. Let me show you what driving traffic to market and sharing your CTA looks like. This is so important. It's not the most important, but if you have 3 of the 4, if you don't have number 4, your $10,000 is waiting in the wind. We want to get it into your bank account. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to take you to this screen. I'm going to take you to this screen, and then we're going to wrap up. I'm going to do this real fast because I don't want to go too long. I'm going to do this real fast. All right. This is my YouTube channel. I love YouTube, Ale. This is my YouTube channel. I want to take you through my grows and my glows, and I want you to always consider your grows and your glows. I use this in my classroom whenever I was polling my students about what they were learning. What are your grows? In other words, what do you still need to learn? Where are you still struggling? What is your roadblocks? But what are your glows? What did you take away? What did you learn? What can we celebrate? Right? So I always look at my grows and my glows. I want you to take a look at this video right here. Plan your content in 3 steps. This video got 2.3 thousand views. Over 2,000 views. And I know you're thinking, that is great, Angela. Yeah, not great. That would be a grow, not a glow. And here's why. I didn't know at the time, 10 months ago, exactly what I wanted to teach and exactly what I wanted to sell, because I was creating products here and there and everywhere, trying to find something that sticks. I had all these products that I created because creating the content was never a problem for me. But when this video started getting a lot of traction and I started getting a lot of views on it, I didn't have any place for them to go. I didn't have a product for them to sell. And so after it got to like 500 views, I was like, oh, let me create a product real quick. Then when it got to 1,000 views and it was on my to-do list, still no product. Oh, let me create a product real quick. And then when it got to 1.5 thousand views, I finally decided I probably should create a product. But by that time, it's too late. You can't create the product on the back end. Silly me, but I was all over the place. What was my grow? Create the product first. Build your content marketing and your videos around that product and give them that link. Did I grow from 10 months ago? Absolutely, I did. Because now I can share with you my glow. As a matter of fact, not only did I create the product, but I created a whole 14-week a playlist so that no matter what, you will not miss the opportunity to click on my link and get connected to my solution that I have for you. Here's what my glow looks like, and this is what I want you to glean from. So very important. If I click on playlists and I click on full playlist, I learn real quick. It don't take me that long to learn. And so when I didn't get any sales, make any money from that video, that was 2,000 people I could have sold to. I was like, never again. So I went back to the drawing board and I decided, Angela, what do you really want to sell? What do you really want to offer? How do you really want to serve? How do you really want to show up for your people? I said, I know what I want to do. I want to help 1,000 women make money online. And I want to do it according to 2 Kings 4. And I want to teach them that they can just use the little oil they have. Just like the widow in 2 Kings 4 used her little oil. Whatever little oil you have, we're going to use that. And I got real specific and I got real niche on that. And once I created that product, once I created that offer, then I went to my perfect fit platform, which is YouTube. And I said, well, I'm going to do a 14-day tour. I'm going to give people 14 chances to see exactly what's possible. And for every video you see on this list, you can best believe there's a link. So nobody has an excuse or nobody has a missed opportunity to do the thing that I'm sharing that you can do. What am I saying? What are you saying, Angela? What I'm saying is this. Yes, you have to, hold on one second. Yes, you have to discover what your perfect, oh, good gravy. Hold on, I'm on the wrong screen. 1 second, friends. 1 second, friends. At some point, I am going to, see this? I'm going to show you what this is. I'm going to show you what this is in a minute. I'm going over, I am. Y'all gonna bear with me? Hold on 1 second. Because I need to get this fixed. I got to get my scenes fixed. Okay. All right, here we go. Ooh, Lordy. Okay, you're going to join the challenge. If you want to do this, thank you so much, Kristen. Kristen said this is good. All right, see what this is? This is a Stream Deck. And so I've had this for about 2 years. I bought this about 2 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. When I was on my, all I got to do is buy more stuff, kick to make more money. And I never used it, never figured out how to use it, never learned how to use it. What would this do? What this does is when I go from scene to scene, all I got to do is click a button because the scenes are already programmed in here. But what's happening is I have to drop down on the scenes and click on the right one. And sometimes I don't drop down. What am I saying? What's the point I'm making? Don't buy stuff that you're not ready to use. And then when you do finally buy it, use it so it can be more streamlined so that your process can be better. What am I saying to you? Even if you have the discoverable idea, even if you create the product, even if you set it up, you still have to do what? Very important. You have to drive traffic to market your digital product, and you have to share your simple call to action. Now, where are we going to do all this work? We're going to do all this work in the Little Oil Challenge. And I know that if you join the challenge, you're going to be able to walk away with everything that I said tonight. Can you do this process with what I'm sharing with you in this tour and even on tonight? Absolutely you can. I will keep nothing good from you. I will keep no good thing from you, like my father said. But if you wanted to do it the synergy way, if you want to do it the accountability way, if you want to do it the practicality way where you do it in real time, you should consider joining the challenge. Kristen is going to put the challenge link in the description, and I am open to any questions you have. I will take one question. So the first person to get their question in, I will answer it for you, and then we're going to wrap up for tonight. We are on day 7 of the tour. We have day 8 through 14 left. The challenge starts June the 16th. It's June 16th through the 20th. And so I'm going to do this tour all the way up to the day before the challenge. And I'm so super excited that I'm able to serve you in this way. All right, the challenge link is in the comments. I'm so glad you are here. What I want you to know is this: you can create, market, and sell a digital product with that rich, valuable knowledge that you have. Just remember, you are good enough, you are smart enough, and nothing is missing and nothing is broken. All you need is the steps that I shared with you tonight, and perhaps the steps that you'll go through if you join me on the challenge. I will see you tomorrow night for the Small Creators Takeover Tour. That's right. The small creators are taking over, baby. We are going to make more money than people that have millions of subscribers. Why? Because we're creating a sustainable system to do it. I will see you tomorrow night right here at 7 o'clock. Bye for now.